It's time for the Teed Off Podcast.
Okay, it is episode 26 of the Teed Off Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Clyburn, and I'm here with Aaron Thomas. Aaron, how's it going, man?
Good, Ben. How you doing today?
Beautiful spring day.
Great day for golf.
I am bit by the golf bug. Just totally.
I don't know if I've been bitten yet, but it is a nice day.
Weather like this in Myrtle Beach, how can you not?
Yeah, it sounds like we got a pretty good stretch of it coming up too. So
that's right.
Spring golf is here.
Hey, we're joined in the studio today by an old friend, Justin Binke of the Founders Group. Justin, welcome back, my friend.
Ben, good to see you. Aaron, good to see you as well. Thanks
you
for having me back on the podcast. This is awesome.
No problem. It is our pleasure. And let's go over the agenda of the show today. So the front nine, the World of Golf Players Championship recap. I mean, it should have been, but the best tournament so far this year. Can't wait to talk about that. I want to touch on Brooks Koepka rejoining the PGA Tour. I mean, I think that was some of the biggest news to start the calendar year. And talk a little bit about LIV PGA. Is it dead? Will this be the last time that the Teed Off Podcast talks about LIV and PGA? We'll see. And then Masters preview. Let's pick some favorites. Let's pick some sleepers, and then we will see how wrong we are in April. Then we'll make the turn. We're going to talk Founders Group with Justin. More importantly, we're going to talk a certain course that arguably one of the most anticipated renovations in Myrtle Beach Golf in recent years. Kings North is finished an amazing renovation, a great golf course before. I think now is even better. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the package of the episode, and then we'll hit the back nine, the Myrtle Beach Golf Report. We'll talk about spring rounds, the accommodations of the episode, and then last but certainly not least, what tees us off. You guys ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The front nine.
Okay, the front nine. So the Players is wrapped up. What an amazing tournament. I just want to get you guys' initial reactions on that round, because so much happened throughout the round. I know everybody's going to focus on the end, but what were your impressions? I mean, from Cameron Young to Åberg to Fitzpatrick. Aaron, I'm sure you were glued to it on Sunday.
I was actually not. So I got to see a portion of it, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I had some family obligations on that Sunday, so I got back in time to catch a good portion of it. But I had failed to see the fall apart that Åberg had, because when I turned the TV on, I was like, what just happened? And so then I was kind of getting caught up as I was watching the remaining part of the tournament. But
it was really strange. I mean, it was almost like somebody called him and put him in some kind of mood, because he was just in total control. Now, he looks like a default video game person. You don't know if he's happy or sad, but holy moly. I mean, he just fell off.
He fell off
quickly
and fast. He was playing so good on Saturday. He had a 3-shot lead coming into Sunday and just fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard to watch, but at the same time, that course was playing really tough on Sunday. With the wind.
But he was so steady Eddie.
He was steady Eddie, and then he had one bad hole. He tripled the hole. I think it was 3 or 4. And he just never recovered. Multiple
water balls there, on the end of that front nine. And then it just, they stopped showing him.
They stopped showing him.
Yeah. It's just like, wow. Which is his playing partner, Thor Bjornsson, had $1 million starting out. They stopped showing him. So, I mean, the final group didn't get any love. And then they, gravitated toward the young Fitzpatrick group, which was just absolute cinema at the end there. I mean, 17 was theater, but that tee shot on 18, 375.
Piped.
Yeah.
Wasn't that something?
Yeah.
And I see you're wearing a Ryder Cup hoodie today. I mean, how did you feel about the vibes going from 17 to 18?
Anybody that listens to the podcast knows where I stand on the Ryder Cup front. So I was happy to hear the USA chants, and I thought it was great. And I mean, Fitzpatrick getting booed, and I loved it.
Fitzpatrick gave it kind of a thumbs up too. He said, it's not something that surprised me. He said, and if you want to compare it to the Ryder Cup, you didn't watch the Ryder Cup. So you attended at Bethpage,
Yeah.
so it's probably not quite as rowdy or raucous as it was at Bethpage.
No, the boos on Sunday at TPC were a far cry from what they had at Bethpage.
And we were talking a little bit before, and I was asking you, like, how was it like at Bethpage? What was the atmosphere like? And you're like, wow, this is something I did not think was gonna be like. But I mean, it was all good stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah, once in a lifetime experience, and I mean, I'm glad I was at the one where they actually had to have some, kind of like they said, we got to kind of dial this back a little bit. Like things are getting out of control. Like it was pretty neat to see. Like it was just a lively crowd. I mean, it was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
It was in New York, and of course, U.S. they were getting their butts kicked anyway whenever
Yeah.
everything went south. So it was kind of a perfect storm for that kind of behavior.
Kind of
But
started off south.
but it was fun to be a part of and to watch. So I enjoyed it. But of course, Sunday. I mean, when we started mounting a comeback, it was a way different vibe on Sunday than you had Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Just too little, too late.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed the tournament. I didn't have any obligation Sunday, thankfully, so I was glued to it. But I was listening to it on my phone, doing something around my house. And when I heard Åberg had hit it in the water, and then he hit it in the water again, a couple holes later, it's like, what is going on? So he's a strange one to me because he kind of burst onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he is either just complete, like there's no middle for him to be as stark as he is, and so just kind of gray as far as mood goes. He's either just all over it or just missing cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I haven't done research if he's doing any kind of changes with his swing or stuff like that. And he's so young. He's got, time to get a little more consistent. But I just thought it was his tournament to lose, and he certainly lost it. But big ups to Cameron Young because he has kind of faltered when the ball is in his court to win a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no bigger or better field than the players. So for him to know that it was his moment and, kind of have to do it on 17 and 18 at TPC, that's quite a venue to do that and quite a couple holes. I see you're wearing a Sawgrass shirt today.
I do. And so I've actually played the course.
Okay.
Played it a couple years ago, and it is everything hard as a course you could imagine. It's played so hard. I don't even know if I go back and play it again.
Really?
Yeah, because I love the golf course. Don't get me wrong, it was great, but wow, it is a difficult test.
Well, early on, a lot of the players Jack, they wanted to revolt against the course. Pete had just built too much of a monster there. How'd you do on 17?
I actually did part.
Okay.
I think that was the only hole I parred all day.
Where was the pin?
It was in the middle back.
Okay.
And I hit a good shot, but the wind there, it's windy all the time on 17T. And that's where Cameron Young shot when he hit that to that back right pin to 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
What an amazing,
yeah.
That was an aggressive line. People don't understand how aggressive that line was. I don't know, maybe he intended to hit it almost to the pin, but
I'm not sure.
And you didn't have thousands of people around when you were doing it either, right? Yeah.
No. I got lucky and I hit the front and I had a nice little kick up. And that green there's a lot more undulation on that green as you imagine. So I was lucky enough to 2-putt it, but we were putting around that green on 17 and we were putting toward where the hole was on 18 on Sunday. And that thing turned so much.
Yeah.
It is really incredible to watch these players come through on that tournament. And when that pin is in 18, on Sunday in 18, that location, and to see how they do, it's really cool to watch.
I think I would, because I'm so afraid of that water on the left the whole way up the hole, I would end up right of the green somewhere, and then I would chip it into the water, trying to chip it across for, if the pin was closer to the left. A couple people did that. That 18 to me is the hardest hole.
Yeah, it's so long.
Yeah, it's just too long.
Hole. It's too long. It took me 3 shots to get to the green.
Yeah,
and these people, they bomb it in that off the tee. They hit it right into the tree line.
Yeah,
and they just you see a lot of people pitching out.
Yep,
because it's just the safest line to take over that water.
Yeah, yeah. Which I was thinking, when Cameron Young was going to the tee, I was like, man, he's aiming for the trees, because he at least wants to have a chance at a playoff. and Fitzpatrick hit it exactly where I would have wanted to hit it. That would have been my worst case scenario, but I'm alive. I'm in this thing.
He had a great chip out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but having to follow Cameron Young, who had just
he bombs at 375.
Not
Like,
only
how do you even follow that?
I don't know.
his best shot of the tournament. He's best shot of his life.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just moments like that are just amazing. So someone else that played pretty well and is not too showing too much rust. Brooks Koepka, who has returned to the tour. He his short game looks to be struggling a little bit. He's changed his putter, but there's no music playing. He's got to play in pants now, and he's $5 million lighter. So maybe that has something to do with him trying to brush his skills back up on the best tour in professional golf. One, what do you guys think about? Let's just start there. What do you think about Brooks rejoining the tour?
I'm not surprised. I think there was buyer's remorse, after he jumped to LIV anyway. You could tell by some of the interviews he did after the fact that he didn't really seem to like what he'd gotten into. So I wasn't surprised that he came back. It cost him, but if you think about the money he got from LIV, I mean, I'm sure he came out ahead okay. So.
Yeah, I wonder how much he didn't get from LIV for leaving. Now, was he in his second contract?
Second contract.
So he got a bunch of guaranteed money in that first one.
In that first one, a ton.
Was he in his second contract?
Was it? He didn't sign his second contract?
I think he was finishing up his first, wasn't he?
Okay.
How many years was the first contract for?
I don't know.
I might have to. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a breakdown in contract renegotiations.
We're going to need a fact checker for this show because there's a lot of times we get into something I'm not 100% sure of.
You should check the DMs.
Yeah. Wait, is LIV still a thing? Like, is there still people playing? I'm just glad to see. I guess my take of it is really just glad to see Brooks Koepka back on the PGA Tour, and I think you're going to see more people fall in line.
Well, who's left though? I mean, Jon Rahm. That's it.
Rahm, Dustin Johnson re-signed with the LIV,
but. As far as relevant players, because I think DJ being, and I love him, local guy, but I think he genuinely went for the money. He is enjoying the money. He is not playing as much golf. He's not training as much. He's just not, and all power to you. Phil is way past his sell-by date.
Yeah.
So is people like Ian Poulter, Sergio Garcia. So Rahm, to me, is the big stud that still.
Well, what about like Cam Smith?
Cam Smith, that's what I was thinking of him too. He won the Open Championship one year.
He won the Open and then bolted to LIV.
Yeah.
Bolted to LIV, and then DeChambeau. Is he coming back? What's up with DeChambeau?
DeChambeau. Bryson's the other guy. Bryson and Rahm are the two big. Cam Smith's 10 steps below them, in my opinion. I mean, he made some great scares at Augusta, and then Rory couldn't have played better at St. Andrews that one year. Cam Smith played even better. So that was amazing. But, I just don't think he never got the moment to be the star because he ran to LIV, whereas Bryson and Rahm were faces of the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Bryson being the only one, to me, that has improved his stature since going to LIV because he plays so well in the majors.
He's the only one that looks like he is happy with his decision, too, because Rahm looks miserable everywhere you see him.
Yeah. He does look miserable.
Yeah.
He does. Cam Smith, I don't know. I don't get a whole lot from him, but I mean, DeChambeau seems like he's genuinely happy when he talks and when he's at majors and everything. Like, I don't think he regrets his decision one bit.
Well, I think, that the comeback that didn't happen at the Ryder Cup, you see Scottie Scheffler getting emotional about Bryson's leadership. That was pretty telling. The bridges were just all built back there to me. I mean, there's just the bad blood that probably was there, I think, is just completely gone. But, and Bryson's position at LIV improved when Brooks left.
Yeah.
So I don't know what there now. Is he in his last year of his contract?
I think he is.
Yeah, because I remember the story saying he should ask for $500 million.
$500 million to stay on.
Stay, because who's left? But Rahm is still there.
But I mean, when are they just going to quit throwing money? Like, they can't be making any.
I mean, is anybody watching this stuff?
No.
I have never seen
Nobody's
it.
watching.
Yeah.
So do we still talk about it?
Yeah.
Because it's just not a thing.
Yeah, no
me.
deal's been made.
No-
That was the only thing that I was correct about last year, I think.
Yeah. But I mean,
No deal.
the PGA is
Yeah.
not even, I don't even think, it was such a big news that they were going to merge and have some kind of joint entity. I don't think it's even worth talking
I
about.
think there was a worry about the money that was behind them, but
Yeah.
now that they see the product and
Yeah.
kind of what's come out of it, like, hey, just let it fold on its own.
We'll just
Let's
let
not
our
worry.
ratings grow. I like some of the changes that the PGA is trying to make in future years on scheduling and tournaments moving around and stuff like that. So I think they just trudge forward with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think it's fun watching the young talent on the PGA Tour
Yeah.
and more competitive, younger guys being able to play. And
But
the
we've had
new
great
names.
leaderboards
Yeah.
so far this calendar year on the
Mhm.
PGA Tour. I mean, young guys, but stars too. And that's Jordan Spieth is playing better this year.
Yeah.
So it's just really, it's
JT was in the mix.
right.
Yeah.
A big
He'd
complaint.
been out with injury, though, I think,
Yeah.
for a while. So, yeah.
Big complaint when the stars weren't playing well for the PGA Tour and they were still trying to define, is Scottie Scheffler going to be the next one? And then a lot of the stars had gone to LIV. You were seeing these leaderboards on the PGA Tour. I'm like, who are these guys? And that's not that. It's good for us who probably know them or want to see the young people, but it's not good for the average golf fan that's like, I don't know who this person is. I'm not going to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's gone now too. So the only thing I'll say, to end the LIV conversation is I think we can all be happy that Anthony Kim won that tournament. I mean, I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And Patrick Reed's come back to
yeah,
the tour, right?
Well, he'll be back in the fall.
Yeah.
So, but
We'll see how welcome he is.
yeah,
It's an interesting topic.
yeah. So,
But I welcome him for Ryder Cup purposes.
I welcome him if he likes to play the villain, man. I mean,
Yeah.
but he's got to play well. I think toward the end of his PGA stint, he was kind of whiny and then was kind of a little loose with the rules there. And that's all cool when you're playing the bad guy and winning tournaments, but it's not cool when you're missing cuts and just, whining.
Yep.
So anyway, I think the conversation's soon to come to a close. Just not, you can have all the money in the world. That's why I say every episode when we talk about LIV, when it doesn't make money, why continue?
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't see a future. Some LIV people will be invited to Augusta, which is coming up. We'll go over our picks. I'm not sure.
Some are permanent invites.
Some
Yeah.
are permanent.
Some
yeah.
are permanent invites.
I can't wait for the
I
Masters.
wonder if they'll get any. Was it Neiman that got invited last year?
Joaquin?
Yeah. So
Yep.
I'm not sure he'll get an invite this year or not, but we will see. But yeah, I can't wait for the Masters either.
Menu's out.
Menu's out.
Menu looks
Yeah.
good.
Looks really
It's
good.
the only nice thing I'll ever say about Rory. He picked a good menu.
So I'm guessing he's not your favorite going into the looking at the odds here. He is, based on the current odds, the second favorite, which is not a surprise.
Mhm.
Second best player in the world and defending champion. So let's just jump right into it. Aaron, who is your favorite for the Masters 2026?
I mean, how do you not go with Scottie?
Here we go.
Scottie, here we go.
So is the record broken? I think so.
I think he's got to be the favorite, and why wouldn't he be? He's the number one golfer in the world. He plays great there. So
Yeah.
he probably hasn't shown as much this year, but he hits his stride when the majors come around. So
Yeah.
maybe he'll win all 4 majors this year since he didn't have so many wins leading up to the start of major season.
That's right. Well,
It's true.
I certainly am sitting on my hands to say anything about him winning a tournament this year. So it's hard to go against him, but he is, he has not started as good.
Mhm.
A lot of average players would love the start he's had to the year. I mean, he's been on leaderboards, he's made cuts. So it's not a bad pick. But we'll see. I mean, to put it all together at Augusta would be amazing.
Yeah. And he's the guy to do it. I mean,
He
it's just, if it's a major, it's his to lose is how I look at it.
Yeah, well, Augusta, you can you can play if you drive it a little squirrely when you have a short game like him. So his driving is, I think, been the thing kind of holding him back this year. It certainly did at the Players. He didn't hit a lot of fairways.
Yeah.
And Pete Dye will just burn you alive. So at Augusta, I think it's actually a little easier to play. You can't do it all the time, but a little easier than TPC.
Yeah.
If you miss some fairways. And there's some wide fairways at Augusta. Justin, who's your favorite?
I think Justin Rose might be a first name thing, but I think he's going to win it this year. He played great at the Players, and he had a great tournament at the Masters. He lost to McIlroy. He was right there. He had the fans behind him. I think he's got a lot of support here. I think he's got the game to do it.
He's had the chance to win it multiple times in recent years, right?
He's always in the mix.
He's always in the mix.
Yeah.
And the word resurgence isn't right because he's always been solid, but the last 4 or 5 years, he's in his mid 40s now. Mid 40s. Always in the mix.
I know.
I mean,
he played. Look at how he played at the Players. He played really good.
Easy on the mid 40s thing.
I know.
Well,
I've got to root for the old guy like me.
Well, when he came onto the scene in the 90s at whatever he was, 16 or 17 years old as an amateur to finish in the top 10, you're on the stage.
Yeah.
And then he went pro and missed like 30 cuts in a row.
Yeah.
And then ended up being a star player. Finally got his first major at Marion in 2013.
Yeah.
God, how do you remember that?
I know, that's pretty good.
Because I loved it. I loved Marion.
I could tell you Marion, but I couldn't tell you what year.
Wow,
that was a good memory.
I remember Phil was chasing.
Yeah.
And he had the chance that he had to like chip it in, and he like almost made it, but it was, yeah. So, but yeah, he's almost won in Augusta multiple times.
He's always right there. He loves it. He loves the tournament. He loves the atmosphere. He's got the fans supporting him. I think he's going to make it happen this year. He's going to be the winner.
I think that's a good pick. What are his odds?
2,700. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's a good favorite. I missed having my finger on it.
Yeah, that's pretty
good.
That's
good. That's good. I like that. You've got better odds than mine. So my favorite, and it's a repeat for me too. Aaron's is with Scottie, Hideki Matsuyama.
Okay.
I think he's playing well. He won in December the Hero World Challenge, which is technically last season, but he's driving it fair, not great, but he's 15th in strokes gained total. He's 5th in strokes gained around the greens, top 50 in putting. You need all that, and I just think he's a touch of class at Augusta.
He is. He's a momentum player too.
Yeah.
He played good to Players too. He was in the mix, so he's one of those. If he keeps playing good, he'll get momentum into the Masters.
Yeah. So I just think that, and he respects that place so much, and I just think he's somebody that can win. I mean, I'm looking at the other favorites in here, and I just don't, like Åberg, he's way up there, but
he plays well there too.
He does,
but man, how mercurial is he? I don't.
Well, he had a bad final round last year, if I remember correctly. Didn't he?
Yeah. He hit it in the water on 11.
Yeah, he had a bad final round there last year.
So
who I always root for? Tommy Fleetwood. How can you not root for Fleetwood? He's got good odds.
He's super likable.
He's European.
He just hasn't improved to do it though. It's kind of in his head, kind of like the Grand Slam with Rory. I think it got between his ears, and it kept him from winning in Augusta for many years, and was the favorite many years. So, how about a sleeper pick, Aaron?
Well, I see a name on here that I'm actually kind of surprised it is this far down the list. Tony Finau.
Yeah.
Hasn't he generally played pretty well at the Masters? I mean, you can like the same person. It's okay.
You guys are both picking Finau?
I saw that. I mean, that name's pretty far down there for a guy that generally plays pretty well at Augusta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have the visions of him snapping his ankle during the par 3.
I remember that.
I still remember
and then
that.
finished second that year.
Yeah. But I mean, unless there's something I'm missing, has he got an injury, or is there something I don't know about?
He just has been playing well.
I don't pretend to act like I know everything going on in the golf world, but I think that's fairly low for him, down the list.
Well, he was kind of in that LIV rumor mill in the fall, and then did something come out about like fraud or something in his family or something?
Not that I know of, unless
I don't know.
I don't want to put that.
Were you
out
reading
there.
that on X?
Yeah, I don't want to put that out there. So I don't know. I didn't know if he maybe had some personal
Everything
stuff.
I read on X, I actually
Yeah.
have to go research it because I don't believe anything anymore.
Yeah,
So,
it's hard to believe anything anymore. But
Has Finau been relevant in recently though?
I mean,
I don't think he's been in the mix in any tournament.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen his name on the leaderboard, but I just from an
He's a Jordan
instinct,
guy now.
yeah, from an instinct standpoint, I feel like he's always played very well at the Masters. So
Yeah.
I think from where he's projected, I think that would be considered a sleeper.
I
pick.
think so
I mean,
too.
it's good value.
Yeah.
For some, I mean, because the people that he's amongst, Sergio's past champion, and Phil is a past champion, but everyone else.
I mean,
Yeah.
just above him, Sam Burns, Adam
Yeah.
Scott. Adam Scott's good for
Scott,
he's
that's
good
good
for
value.
yeah.
Yeah. So mine's on that page. So mine's plus 7,000. I'm going to take Max Homa.
Okay.
And he is above average in about every recordable stat right now. He's got one missed cut, but he's played well. He's trending pretty well. He's a guy that had no game a couple years ago. I mean, he tweets about it all the time. It's like, man, should I quit? I mean, and then finished second that year. So he's a guy that can not know what's going on driving up down Magnolia Lane and hitting the range and put it together. So to me, he's my sleeper pick, and if the fans will get behind him.
Yeah, they will.
So and he looks like, I watched TGL last week. He's having fun.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's a key part.
That's
yeah,
key
he's
part.
loose.
He's loose.
So I don't think, and even when he's not loose, he's got his heart on his sleeve on X and stuff like that. So anyway, he's my sleeper pick, and there's a lot in here. I mean, Will Zalatoris is got the same odds he does. You can't bet on somebody like that with the injuries he's
the
had.
injury.
I haven't
Was it
seen him. Yeah, I haven't really seen him do much.
The
It's-
back stuff, hadn't he?
back stuff. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Which is a shame because I think
He was young when all
He
that
was
started.
young.
I think he was built for Augusta, really. I mean, as far as ball striking and just how pure he was, and I don't see it.
Well, he could find it again.
He could
I'm
find
sure
it
he had it
again.
once. I'm sure he can find it again.
Yep.
We'll see. Not to belabor the social media stuff. Y'all think Tiger's going to play? You see the recent stuff,
Yeah,
on the
they-
Masters app, it says that he's making his so-and-so appearance this year at the, what was it, 26th appearance?
26th.
Yeah.
His plane was spotted at the Augusta airport.
Yeah, but see, he's opening the patch.
Yep.
And
Oh, that's right. Yes.
so,
Yeah,
that's a reason he's there.
that's right.
And then, which, is the Augusta Muni area. And then the app says invitees. I don't think it says players. So, yeah, he's an invitee. So, but isn't there a deadline?
There is a
To
deadline
register?
accept, invitation.
Which I would think you're probably about at that by now.
Yeah, well, because you gotta give the alternates a chance.
Maybe he's going to substitute for somebody on the ceremonial tee off this year.
Him?
It's
No
not his
way.
time yet.
It's not his time yet.
No way. I don't think he'll ever do it. I don't.
I think he will.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he
I
will.
don't think he's about the pomp and circumstance.
Jack is the greatest golfer of all time,
Yeah.
and Jack's there every year.
Yeah.
I think Tiger feels the same way about the game of golf as Jack does. I think Tiger will be there every year.
Well,
into
I
his
like
older
that point.
years.
And not to throw some morbidity into it, but it will be to replace him.
And if you're going to accept one, that's
Yeah.
talk about a passing the torch.
Yeah.
That's
That's-
And
Exactly
he'll
right.
either
Yeah.
do it at his death or when Arnie sat in a chair one year before he
Mhm.
passed away and didn't hit. He was just there. If Jack asks him, he'll do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe. It's hard for me to put, he's fit.
I'm not ready to have that
he's
conversation
50.
yet.
I
Though.
So,
Yeah, I'm not ready to have
I was
that
talking about
conversation.
Justin Rose being ancient at 45 or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now I'm saying
Yeah.
Tiger's only 50. So you can tell I'm a Tiger Woods fan, but I don't think he's going to play.
I was just kind of
Yeah.
giving.
I don't know.
Giving you a hard
I'm
time.
gonna. I think he will.
You think
I
he's
think
going to
he will. I
play?
think he's-
He's not even going to be playing in the TGL final next week.
Yeah, but if there's a course that he knows his way around, he doesn't need practice rounds at Augusta.
But I think can he walk
That's the
18
thing.
holes
That's if he could just
4 days in a row?
make that walk.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to play.
I don't think so either.
I think he likes to have that suspense of whether he's going to play or not. If
Yeah,
I were him,
what keeps him relevant?
I'd find the flattest course on tour for my return. That's what I would do. Not Augusta. I would find someplace nice and flat to walk.
Yeah,
and dry.
That's his problem because he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, because he needs more rounds to be competitive, but he's not healthy enough to play the rounds. So then he has to tuck in and play only in the big tournaments, which is virtually impossible to be competitive, even though he can play Augusta probably left-handed. But I don't think he's going to play. I'd love for him to play.
I would too.
But
he hasn't said no yet, so hold on to hope.
I bet he's still working, trying.
Yeah, I bet.
So
I bet
we'll see. Well, those are good picks, guys. Let's go a little bit north of Augusta and land in Myrtle Beach and talk some Myrtle Beach golf.
All right.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
From tee to green, sun to sand, and the laughs in between, Myrtle Beach is the ultimate golf destination. With tee times deals for nearly 80 premium courses and exclusive access to the best accommodations. Plan your next golf trip at mbgolf.com. Love where you play. Making the turn.
All right, making the turn, and we are joined in the studio by Justin Binke, Director of Marketing and Revenue of the Founders Group of Courses. Justin, thanks so much for coming back on the show. For viewers who didn't see you on the last episode, give us a rundown of a very special collection of courses that is the Founders Group in Myrtle Beach.
Absolutely, Ben. It's a pleasure to be back again. Thank you again for the invite. So the Founders Group golf courses. We're a collection of 21 golf courses ranging from up and down the whole entire Grand Strand. We got courses in Longs, North Myrtle Beach, like Long Bay, Aberdeen, River Hills. And we have a collection of 7 courses on the south end, all the way down to Pawleys towards Georgetown. You know, we have Pawleys Plantation, Willbrook, River Club, Tradition Club. So, and in the middle, we have a bunch as well. So it's a great collection of golf courses here in Myrtle Beach. And we really look forward to the spring season. And it's going to be a great year for Myrtle Beach golf for sure.
Well, you've got definitely some highlight courses that, and Aaron can attest to, that when golfers call or email mbgolf.com and they want to plan their golf trip to Myrtle Beach, a lot of those courses kind of check the boxes. And there's one in particular that, one of many, but there's one in particular I want to talk about today. So multiple months have gone by, and the media, y'all have done a great job in the media, because I think the renovation at Kings North, Arnold Palmer course, has been one of the most anticipated renovations, maybe in Myrtle Beach golf history, at least in recent history. What has been completed at Kings North in the last year? Yeah,
no, man, we've been really excited. It's actually been 2 years. We've now.
Has it been 2 years?
2 years,
wow.
If you can imagine.
Time has flown by.
Feels like yesterday. So in 2024, summer 24, we did the front 9, and we changed some holes a little bit, got some native grasses and got some more trees, and opened up some areas, brand new greens, reshaped greens back to the original sizes, and redid all the bunkers, shaped, and actually we did the cart pass too on the front 9. So that was just a summer. We just focused the whole summer. We closed down and just did 9 holes. Now, last year, the summer of 2025, we did the back 9. So it was kind of a 2-part series.
Okay.
Front 9, then the back 9. We finished the back 9 last summer, and we reopened on, I think it was October 10th, with the whole course this past fall, fully renovated.
Wow. Now, so Arnold Palmer Group, how were they involved with the renovation?
Yeah, no, that's a great question too. So we contracted Brandon Johnston, and he is the architect that actually works with Arnold Palmer Group. He actually worked on Arnold Palmer's team way back in the day on some remodels at certain courses that Palmer has done. So we had a strong connection with Brandon Johnston come back and redo and reimagine, if you will, kind of Kings North with the current layout, how Arnold Palmer had it laid out. Brandon Johnson took his kind of way and shape and feel and redid a lot of the greens and bunkers, but kept it really true to the original design as well.
Yeah, so a little bit of modernization, but keeping it true to the touches that, Palmer.
Absolutely.
You don't want to mess that up. So, always one of the favorite holes in Myrtle Beach is the Gambler. Were there any major changes to the Gambler?
Actually, yeah. The Gambler. So we actually on the right hand side. So you can go if you're bold enough, you can go for the island green, which we just made the pass to the island a little bit better. Kind of redid the bridge work there. As the island green still exists, that's the same. If you want to go around the island to the par 5, those bunkers we changed up a little bit and made them kind of separate bunkers when they're all just one bunker on the right hand side. Now they're kind of separate. There's 3 separate bunkers on the right. And then as you go to the green, we opened up the green and made it a little bit more flatter. So if you're on the island and you try to hit towards the green, it would actually hold when before it was kind of sloped back to front. We kind of make it a little more easier. And in the behind the green, we actually put a little bit more dirt. So as I make it like a backdrop. So if you overshoot the green, then you have a really good potential of hitting past the green and have it bounce, kind of stop right there versus roll off or go into the water on the left. So we kind of made it a little bit more friendlier to hit into, but believe me, the challenge is still there.
Well, you still got to get over the water. Right. That's the catch, which I didn't when I played out there recently.
So Aaron, our resident player, give me your impressions of the new Kings North.
Loved it from beginning to end. I mean, I was a huge fan of the original, like what the course was before they had redone it, and to be able to go back out and see the changes, it just made me a bigger fan of the course. Like I really enjoyed it. Like I said, the Gambler, I always hit for the
gotta go
fairway.
for it.
I never lay up. So, and I did hit the Gambler that day, but shot number 2 was not that good. So I didn't get to experience the thrill of landing it on the green. I was a little short, but yeah, everything. I mean, the greens, they rolled true. Just everything I remember about the course is still there. It's just updated. And it was a great day. I mean, to be out there and enjoy it. So I mean, like I said, it's top notch what they did. So
Justin, remind me what greens are out there at Kings North.
It's Tip Eagle.
Okay, Awesome. Well, how are bookings looking?
Bookings are looking good. Obviously, Kings North now fully renovated has been a popular golf course for popular request. So we have a busy spring there, and the other 2 courses at Myrtle Beach National as well, the South Creek and West course, they've been busy too. So it's kind of the whole facility has been really kind of rocking, and just spring golf in general, Ben, it's been looking really good.
Well, the weather is turned now to be great. How the winter, we had some snow. I don't want to go backwards, but how did y'all manage the a little bit colder winter than we're used to?
It was a cold winter.
Yeah.
And hopefully we don't have a cold winter again. But actually, it wasn't that bad for the grass and growing. The colder temp, we did have snow. We had snow, one good snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
tell me, second most since the 80s.
Yeah. So actually, the snow, we had to cover, I think twice we had to cover the greens. And with that big storm with the snow, actually, we were really hoping it would snow, because that snow actually helps the greens when we have the covers on them, because it'll actually kind of infiltrate the greens themselves. So it's kind of like it's like a cushion above.
Okay.
It'll keep them warmer with the snow on top.
Okay, some insulation.
Insulation, yes, correct.
I remember seeing that because you had let us know about the status of the courses with the snow and everything, and I remember seeing that info, which I thought was really interesting. That the cover with the snow on it was actually really good for the greens. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, insulate. That's it really does. And when they take off the covers, it actually is in better shape when we put the covers first on.
Wow.
Because it's just that it's just bright green.
Yeah.
It looks really nice because it's been covered, it stays warm, and you take them off, it's like, ooh, that looks actually pretty good.
Yeah, you cover them when there's going to be a certain amount of hours under 30 degrees or something like that.
Yeah, if it goes below freezing
Yeah.
for a duration of time,
Yeah.
then that's when we got to bring the covers up.
I don't want to go backwards again, but I remember several years ago, pre-pandemic, and I think we've made strides. One, I think the investment in the courses has been amazing in recent years. And so I think that the care has improved because of that, and probably because of technology and things like that. But several years ago, we had a tough winter and ended up affecting the spring because I don't know if it was root rot or something, but a lot of the courses were impacted. And I don't know if it's because we were caught on our heels or the maintenance has improved. But so every time I hear about a bad winter, I think about that, and every person we have on the show is like, no, that's not like that anymore. We've maintained it like this, and it comes out better than it was before.
Well, I think too, a lot of which the Myrtle Beach golf area learned from that winter was a lot of people have replaced greens and the grass is more tolerable and things like that. I mean, I'm no agronomy expert by any means, but at least from what I've gathered talking to people, like the people that have updated their courses or redone their greens, they put in grass that it's just more tolerable to the temperature. So I don't think it's much of a concern anymore for most of the courses.
No, it hasn't, and we didn't have the covers like we had before. That was a huge investment on our part, and I'm glad you brought up, Ben, just the reinvesting in the golf courses, because a lot of courses have been doing that, whether it's clubhouses or the golf course itself, especially. It's been great. That helps. But it was after that bad year where we got it is root rot, and it just kills the greens. Because it just is the greens, the grass is exposed for X amount of time in 20-degree weather. And it just stays at a 20-degree weather, then that grass doesn't grow. The root actually dies. So we got all covers for every golf course, and it's not cheap. So it was an investment on our part, but I'm glad we did it, because that's why we've been able to continue the conditions we have today and get through these winters with covers like that.
Yeah, and you're not alone, and Founders is not alone. I mean, all over the beach, and I think during that last period, I mean, this is probably coming on 10 years ago almost now. There was a pretty defined cream of the crop courses, bottom level courses, and then in the middle, whereas the lower level has all these courses are great now. And we're talking about great renovations and new clubhouses and stuff like that, which is fantastic. But the investment in the covers, which is, probably a 6-figure investment, and in equipment and stuff like that, the stuff that the golfers don't see and they don't think about when they book, is a huge reason why the course is green and rolling true in the peak season.
Yeah.
So I always like to talk a little bit of shop about that, because
that's a good point.
It's fascinating, and I'm not a weather bug, but when I saw 7 inches of snow, I was like, oh my God, what does this mean? But no fear. I mean, Justin, you're like everyone else that comes in here when I talk about like a bad winter. They're like, no, man, we got this.
It was cold. And I'm glad it's warmer now.
Yeah.
That was the only negative to the snow, was the cold temperatures hung around longer than usual.
Yeah.
Usually we have snow and it's gone within a day.
Yeah.
But we had a little cold snap that it hung around for a few days. So,
well, if I wanted to play Kings North when I'm on mbgolf.com planning my next Myrtle Beach golf trip, what package should I choose, Aaron?
Founders inclusive.
Okay.
Gives you the most value. It includes your lunch, 2 drinks, or beers.
That's
whatever you fancy.
Yep.
And range balls. It gets you the most value, and you can play that with any of the other Founders courses. It's not the beauty of that package too is it doesn't have to be multiplay. You can play just 1 round at Kings North and get that deal. So
wow.
Yeah, it's the way to go. So get your meal and your drinks and buy a few more drinks.
Yeah.
No. So if you want to play Kings North, consider the Founders Inclusive package when you're on mbgolf.com. I'm sure that's a popular package, Justin.
It is, and a little inside information here too. So we're actually in talks and in development work right now to redo. Aaron, you maybe heard me talk about a little bit about it, but actually we're moving the ball forward even more now about the clubhouse at Myrtle Beach National that hosts the Kings North and South Creek and West courses. We're going to be upgrading and redoing that clubhouse so that the experience for the golfer, whether you're making the turn or coming after you around for beers or having lunch, whatever it may be, is a lot better. We just kind of open it up more, have a nice bar outside overlooking 18 Kings North. So our goal is kind of this fall is to look at maybe closing down that clubhouse and really this the winter of 27 to it would be the time we're actually going to redo it. So.
Wow. Well, you stole my thunder there because I was going to ask you about the investments across the Founders portfolio. One, I love the clubhouse, very 70s style. So hopefully there's going to be, some of that character stays, kind of like what you did to Kings North, but just modernizing it because you guys have invested. I mean, you're not far removed from an Arnold Palmer course to a Jack Nicklaus course, Polly's Plantation renovation, Grand Dunes, including the clubhouse. A lot of things. So that's you're right, Ben. We've been very fortunate enough and very thankful that we were investing in our owners and our management team are investing back in the project itself. That's something you're going to continue to see with Founders Group International course and something we're really proud of as well. So with the Kings North just done, that was a 2-year project. We got Wild Wing this summer. We're going to redo the greens and bunkers this summer at Wild Wing. We have a Long Bay project going on with some bulkheads and some rearranging some holes there. So we just did the food and beverage area at the clubhouse in Willowbrook this past winter. We did River Club this past fall. We upgraded the F&B area, a new kitchen there. So we're always doing something. There's not a time where there's not a project going on at one of our golf courses.
And did I see recently World Tour is going to be with their range? They're adding the TrackMan. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's going on right now.
Okay.
We broke ground a month ago, and we're installing 16 bays at World Tour golf links with a top tracer.
Top tracer, that's it, not TrackMan.
Yep.
Yeah,
wow.
Top tracer.
Well, on the range?
Yep. 16 bays and have the top tracer screens where you can kind of track the ball, play games on it.
Still hitting out into the range.
Hitting out in the range.
Just balls will have the chips in them, and kind of like Top Golf. Top Golf got the top tracer.
Man.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat. I like that.
Doing it all.
We're doing it up, and we're not stopping. That's kind of
how many rounds are we putting out on Founders courses?
Justin will tell us not enough.
Yeah,
I keep telling Aaron.
We might be meeting after this. Say, listen, guys, we're going to really need you guys to push the bookings. No problem. Founders Inclusive Package, Kings North, amongst a whole bunch of others. Justin Binke, Director of Marketing and Revenue, thanks so much for joining us. You mind sticking around, and we're going to talk a little more Myrtle Beach golf on the back nine.
Absolutely.
The back nine.
Okay, the back nine. So we've talked a bunch about Founders, and all of those courses are popular. Aaron, how's the spring looking overall for Myrtle Beach golf?
Spring golf looks good, along with the weather. We've seen, it's just been a busy booking season. I think we've seen quite a few weekends here coming up that tee times are short supply. So it's going to be a good spring. I mean, there is some stuff out there where you can still get tee times, but we're pretty much in the thick of it now. We are in the thick of spring golf, and it's going to be a good season. So,
well, that's terrific. Have you seen bigger groups coming in, or are the groups getting a little smaller? Because I'm looking at the booking sheet and we've got a lot of new big groups coming in.
Yeah. Sizable groups are traveling, but I mean, as you know, we book groups all sizes. Yeah. If you're a group of 2, we're going to book you.
Yeah.
Don't care what the size, but yeah, we've got some bigger groups that are coming in this year. So
some new business too. I saw a group check in this week that we plucked from Pinehurst.
Yeah.
And they had a good idea, and I'm going to pitch this to people who play in Pinehurst, because Pinehurst is a great destination too. Play a Pinehurst course on your way into Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. We have actually a few groups that do that.
Yeah.
It was the week before, I had a group that was playing Tobacco Road on their way in.
Yeah. And we've got a couple Strants courses here as well with Caledonia and True Blue. So
depending on which direction you're coming from, you're pretty much passing by it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, I would say that most of our guests are driving south to here. So play a Pinehurst area course, and then come down and see the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that Pinehurst doesn't have that we do. And we've also got about 80 premium golf courses.
Yep.
So, and they don't quite have that many. So just a pro tip there, something to think about if you're planning your golf trip into the Southeast. You can hit Pinehurst and Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
As far as a place to stay, we've talked about playing all episode. Accommodations of the episode are Crescent Shores.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, we've got plenty of luxury condos in there. We've got 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and 4-bedroom, 4-bath.
Mm-hmm.
We can sleep up to 14 people. I think some even sleep up to 16 people.
Mm-hmm.
But golfers just love the Crescent Shores.
Yeah. And the bedding, most all the bedding is king and queen. So golfers love that. And anymore, it's as we've seen trends over the years, golfers that are coming down. It used to be, double up. Now everybody wants their own bedroom.
Yeah.
Are the king or the queen beds? I can answer that question, with one answer.
Yeah.
When somebody asks me, well, all king and queens? Well, you want to stay here. And that's where we put them. So.
And I know, a lot of golfers like beach homes and they like to be together, but, we've got so many great condos in Crescent Shores. We can put you next door or right a floor away from each other. So the whole gang can be
in
together.
Some cases, we can keep you on the same floor.
Yeah.
And depending on how big the group is.
Yeah.
Right.
But some groups, they can all be on the same floor. So.
Yeah. And, sometimes when you're in one home all together, you might want to be a little more spread out,
Yeah.
So everybody's got their own groups and stuff like that. So really consider the Crescent Shores. It's on the ocean front, huge private balconies, full kitchens. We've got in condo laundry. So, and it's really within 10 or 15 minutes from about 80% of the courses.
Yeah, Pawleys Island is your only drive, but with 31, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah,
just hop right on.
I really don't get to like any groups that, when they stay at Crescent Shores, they play everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a pretty convenient location. So
consider the Crescent Shores when you are planning your Myrtle Beach golf trip on mbgolf.com. Okay, guys, last but certainly not least, teed off. And I want to start. I usually don't start, but I'm going to start because you mentioned the multi-bay interactive range coming to World Tour. And it's going to have top tracer. It's going to show you where, the ball went, all the stats. Why in the world can we not transition that to the golf course to help find your damn ball? Because everybody's got their cell phone. They've got it magnetized to the cart. They're playing music. So they're texting and stuff like that. So have an app to help find your ball or have it connect to the cart to find your ball. It's got GPSs on the carts to tell you where you are.
Sometimes I know where it is and I don't want to get it.
Yeah, that's actually, I never even thought about something like that, but that technology exists.
Yeah. Maybe the ball is going to be just too uber expensive because it's going to have something in the ball to find the ball. And maybe that affects Arrow too much. I don't know. It's not going to affect me.
You think about it if they put the chip if they sold a 3-pack of golf balls with that chip technology and you had an app on your phone that would track those 3 golf balls at all times. I don't know if the Titleists of the worlds or the TaylorMades that are making all these other golf balls would really appreciate the fact that you can probably play 3 golf balls for a long amount of time. There might be some pushback on that from some of the bigger companies.
They want you to lose them.
Oh, they want. Yeah,
well, I'm going to lose them anyway, though. See, I think you're exactly right that I'll find more, which means I'll buy less balls. However, I think it's also an investment from TaylorMade where they're going to say, well, I'm going to spend all this money on this chip. Are they really going to spend that much money on a ball that's going to end up in the water that they can't retrieve? So maybe that's it. But somewhere find the tech.
Like in the deep rough, that one irritates me.
Yeah.
When you know you're in there and you can't find it.
Well, summer's not far away and we're going to have that problem. So I don't know. It's just, there's got to be some way to figure it out. I mean, because the technology has just surrounded us, but we haven't quite put it together to help find our golf ball. And maybe it is a thing like a top tracer that's like, this is where it probably is.
Yeah.
And get you in some kind of radius that's better than your line of sight from the tee. Maybe you start there because you got a top tracer on the cart that says, hey, listen, you're over in this guy's yard, not this guy's yard. So it teased me off that we haven't quite figured that out.
That's a good one.
And I experience it multiple times around, and then it's a pace of play thing. In my head, I start getting cognizant of, dude, not only are my buddies waiting on me, I can see the people clearing the green on the past hole. They're coming to the tee. Now I'm going to have to hurry up on my next shot, which is going to be, my third shot because I can't find my first one. So
I'd tell you what's going to happen. We're going to get this technology one day, and then we're going to have a teed off about what we don't like about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a good thought. It is a good thought, though.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. But I'm the same way. It's like, yeah, that would be great. And then we get it, and I'm like, well, they could do this better. Or this could, it's always something.
Decades ago, it never took off, and you'll wonder why it didn't take off. A scientist put a little bit of radioactive material in the ball and had one of those things that go when you get near it. And so when he would drive near it, oh, there it is. Radioactive material didn't quite catch on, but it's a good try. So anyway, that's my teed off. We're just missing that piece. We want to make the experience better, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, anything that speeds up pace of play is a plus in my book too.
Thinking the data that it can have on your game. It can give you like all the stats of you hitting the rough, how many greens, like all that can track.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
If you look at Top Golf, like with the Top Tracer, it tells you like ball speed, everything. Like
Spin
if you
rate,
can keep that information on your phone.
It can determine your distance.
Mhm.
That's one measurable right there to find it.
Yep.
It's got your angle, so it should be able to see how accurate it. Try it out. Put a top tracer on the cart. See where the hell it went.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, that's mine. Aaron, what tees you off?
Well, mine is going to be a little less techy than yours, and because I was thinking about this earlier, because there hasn't been a lot that's teed me off lately on the golf course, but the tees that they make now, that like I'm not going to say they don't advertise them as unbreakable, but they're better than a wooden tee, and they cost a lot more than a wooden tee. They don't last as many times as they say they should last.
Yeah.
As far as breaking?
Yeah. I played the same tournament, charity tournament that you and I played in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And somebody even made the comment to me because like I was reaching in my pocket for a tee, and I'm like, I gotta go get a tee. We were on like a par 3 or something. And they're like, how many times have you gone to get tees today? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, these things are supposed to last longer than that. And maybe it's me. I'm sure the tee company will tell me my swing is horrific and that's what's causing it. But I mean, come on, they got to last for that price. They got to last longer than that.
I've had good experience with plastic tees.
Maybe
I just don't hit it hard enough.
Like, I mean, I like the way they feel when I hit them. They just don't last.
Yeah.
I mean,
they are a lot more expensive than wooden tees.
I mean, I guess it's cheaper to chop down a tree and make a bunch of tees, but it's I haven't used a wooden tee in a long time. I just wish they'd last a little longer.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't found one yet that I've gotten through a whole round with. When that happens, I'm going to keep it.
You keep it.
Yeah.
Next time we play, I'll show you the plastic tee I use.
Okay.
I want to see if you can break it.
Because I wonder if it's the same. I mean, it's a pretty standard brand. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. They're like yellow and blue. They're different colors.
Mine's all white, and it's like the house brand at PGA Superstore.
I see the ones at Superstore have the American flag on them.
Yeah,
I know people
Mine's
get
just
those.
white.
The Evolve ones?
No,
I have one sticking around
This
here.
is they're white and yellow or white and blue. I can't think of the name of them right now. I don't want to. I mean, I'm not trashing the company because it's not just those. It's other ones that I've used that break too. But it's like
I know.
can't I just have one tee for the entire round?
Yeah,
you know,
that's a pretty good one.
I
I like that. I hate going back to the cart when I'm supposed to be teeing it up.
Unless my drink's in there.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
Refuel.
Yeah.
Re-equip and refuel. Justin, what tees you off?
I'm going to go back to a theme we kind of talked about today. And you, Ben, you were sharing about the last round of golf you had, but it's the weather, right? The weather. So what tees me off is when the weather says it's going to rain 40%, do not take that to heart. So this is great for golf package groups. People come down here, right? Like they think it's going to be pouring all day. It is not. It's like going to come in here for 30 minutes. It's gone. We'll be right back out to play in no time. So I think people take the weather here in the South like it is up in north where it says it's going to snow. It's going to snow. Down here when it says it's going to rain, depends. Scattered at best. So, it's for golfers or even people on the beach. Like, don't overthink it. If it says 40% chance.
But you got a lot of calls earlier in the week.
It's just, especially last week.
Does this tee off have anything to do with our Saturday emails this weekend?
Last week.
This past weekend.
Weekend. So this is exactly.
Tim and I were emailing each other on Saturday, moving group tee times.
Because they all looked at the forecast for Tuesday.
Looked at the forecast for 4 days out, and it says it's going to rain. I'm like, okay. Yes, it says it's going to rain. But is it going to? I mean.
And most of those times we moved, could have played Monday morning. Could have played.
So this is what happens almost every time, I feel like. So everybody moves off. That day is open. And then we get crushed on the phones when people start calling because now it's sunny out. And people want to come back out and play.
Yeah.
So
or the forecast is moved to the time that they've moved to.
That's right. It's a moving target.
Yeah.
I think the Southeast forecast meteorology is got a huge margin of error.
Oh,
now, I have never lived anywhere else, but from living here my whole life, it's rarely spot on.
Rarely. I mean, I would even go as far as say never.
Yeah.
There's our future guest, Ed Piotrowski. Yeah, we need to have him on.
We'll tag him.
Or actually, a lot of those guys are golfers. I mean, there's a number of them we could have on. That actually might be a good.
So we had Scottie Powell out in our tournament. And so I get it. It's a moving target, and it's so hard to predict. And
got the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Yeah.
Where he says it's going to rain.
It's going to rain, and then it doesn't rain.
Ed Piotrowski's the only one out there playing.
And I feel so bad for the weathermen like trying to forecast this because it's impossible.
Yeah.
But from a 4 days out and people are canceling, you don't have to cancel.
Well, and I try to tell groups too that, because I don't know what it is, just us being here along the coast, like when certain fronts come in, like from a certain direction, like a lot of it breaks up because it gets towards the coast.
Yeah.
And we don't see much of that. Yeah. So it's like, just kind of wait,
Yeah, just wait.
You don't have to change your whole trip just because you see something from
Nor is your trip ruined.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, and even if you get caught in it, more than likely, we're talking about a little delay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very rarely do we get washouts.
See, like I was Justin's teed off on Saturday.
Yeah, I was. I'm trading emails on Saturday morning. But yes, Aaron, I got you.
Yeah, he probably had 30 of those in his inbox.
There were a few. It took me a good portion of my Saturday to get everybody moved, but you have to admit, I'm pretty good. I already have the new time booked. All he's got to do is cancel it. He doesn't have to move anything.
And that big storm was a joke, which is proof.
Right. So there's another example.
Did we even get much rain?
I don't think we did.
We didn't get the winds. It was breezy.
Yeah.
But sunny most of the day.
It was we were actually busy. Our tee sheets were open, and then everybody just called in and wanted to play again. But no, you make it really easy for me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been a great episode. Justin Binke, Director of Marketing and Revenue for the Founders Group. Thanks for coming back, talking Kings North, everything going on at Founders, and talking the world of golf and Myrtle Beach Golf as well. Aaron, always great having you in the studio and talking MB Golf and everything in between. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks for listening to Teed Off. Visit mbgolf.com and follow us on Instagram at Teed Off Podcast for the latest episodes and news.